IBM reported better than expected earnings this week. CEO Ginni Rometty joined me this week, along with Ivanka Trump. We talked about IBM earnings, but first we got into putting America back to work in this exclusive interview. Watch.
We're working with the governors across the country to avoid redundancy, to allow people to have the mobility to move to where the jobs are located. We're supporting that. We had some amazing statistics that just came out about women's employment in 2019. So in the last year of all the new jobs created, 1.5 million of them went to women. 73% of all new jobs were secured by women.
I saw that. That was incredible, yeah.
Some of these policy areas that we're working that aren't exclusive to women but disproportionately affect them, like expanding access to affordable, high-quality childcare, critically important. Childcare is undeniably a work-related expense. You can't work without it.
Yeah.
So the fact that this party is leading on doubling access, we've eliminated childcare wait lists in dozens of states across the country. It's really exciting. The fact that we've done so much on the issue of paid family leave, leading by example, finally passing into law that the federal government will provide 12 weeks of paid parental leave to our own employees as we ask the private sector to do the same. We also created a paid leave tax credit for employers employing people making under $72,000 a year and thus unlikely to offer paid leave.
I like the training part of it a lot because it's creating opportunities, whereas people can actually make sizable salaries as well. Absolutely. These are high-paying jobs, aren't they?
Yes, these are well above median wage jobs.
Yeah.
And these are not, and I'm not talking about just entry level. These are well into what they can earn. And so it is a win-win for the employer. It is a win-win for then the society as a whole, because it feels that this is a society that works for everyone and is more inclusive.
Well, it's also because so much has changed. People don't realize that, you know, there are all these new industries and technology is changing so much. And I know, Ginni, you can speak to this. You reported earnings this week, and obviously cloud, once again, the cloud was a major boost. Yeah. The Red Hat acquisition is continuing to show real growth opportunities. So tell me what drove the quarter and where you see growth coming from at IBM.
Yes. We had a very good quarter last night that we reported. And what it does show you is that not only is IBM growing, it shows you that the growth came in areas. You just mentioned cloud. It was 23% growth. Our Red Hat business coming together with IBM. That's all about the world needing a hybrid cloud. And that was growing very, very well. And you see that to me, is really saying to the world that, look, businesses are moving forward, and they're moving to this world of both AI and hybrid cloud underneath it. And those are the engines of growth that are there. And so
but Ginni, is the cloud limitless? I mean, you know, can you just keep putting things in?
You're at the really early stage still of cloud. At most, 20% of workloads have been moved to a cloud. So there's another 80 to go, and the 80 to go, 80%, is the mission-critical work of the world that's harder to do. So there is plenty of opportunity, and as with everything in life, the work is in the transition, not the destination. And so that's where the job opportunities come.
I think cloud, though, is a perfect example. To service the cloud, most of the employees that you're hiring don't require a four-year college degree or more. So this is a perfect example of where innovation creates job opportunity and in new industries that didn't even exist.
Jobs that people didn't even know. Cybersecurity, that's been a wonderful area for veterans, as an example. Yeah. Their background and training is a wonderful backdrop to that area. So we're approaching our promise of over 2,000 veterans, as an example, and many go into cyber for us.
It is amazing when you go and you meet with somebody who has been put on a pathway, a lot of times after experiencing tremendous feelings of lack of hope.
Yes.
And then they find...
Because they don't know what the cloud is. And they don't know, you know, if they could actually fit in a cyber world.
100%. And even within manufacturing, we were talking before, just to do the same job looks very different. 20 years ago, they weren't using CNC machining. Now, to execute the same mission, you're using code and technology. So to talk to some of the people who have been impacted and regained their footing and found a path forward is so powerful. And I think it's what really motivates us in this work, that new generation coming up for the industries of the future and the existing American worker.
So the ages range from incoming generations, emerging workers, to people that in the middle of their career.
Yes, age is irrelevant on this topic. It is really about skill. And you have to, as long as you've embraced the paradigm that the skill matters more than a degree or as much to get started, and then you give them multiple pathways with some different models, apprenticeships, 6-year high schools. There's several that are scaling. That's all you need.
This is so important that you're doing this. Thank you for that. Before we go, let me get your take on the world today, on the economy, because what you said earlier is so important. You have the policies to back this up.
Yeah.
Growth is really what's going to move this forward. It's 100%. Economic growth. Are you seeing that across the world? You've got businesses across the world. You just reported earnings this week. Tell me about the economy globally as you see it.
Look, I think where you have to start first is business in general is very pleased to see some uncertainties removed. Business never likes to see uncertainties, and what you saw out here with whether it is Brexit having a way forward here, whether it is with our own, whether it's USMCA, whether it is obviously the Phase 1 China agreement that the administration has just concluded, these are all remove uncertainties, and that's always a very good thing for planning and going forward. So I think that that sets a good basis here.
What about Europe? Is Europe still weak?
Look, Europe has, again, Brexit was a big impact on that, and different parts and different industries in Europe are slower than others. That's for sure true, that is out there. But again, we are all interconnected, so the fact that you start to remove some of these uncertainties, I think, will have a positive effect.
We've been hearing it consistently throughout this conference. The American economy really is the envy of the world. And I think when you compare a lot of our policies, smart regulation, deregulation, renegotiating trade deals that don't benefit the American people and the American worker, and of course tax reform and tax cuts, and a fundamental belief in the power of innovation to propel us forward, and really taking our foot off the neck of business, but really celebrating the business that exists. So we are really happy about the results. I think for the president to deliver such a powerful speech, he was here right on the heels of passing historic tax reform 3 years ago in January, and now to be back again and to not only say this is what I've done, but this is what the results have meant for the people across the country that elected him, and the people that he's fighting for, of course, has been really incredible. And he gave a very powerful, very optimistic speech, because we have a lot to be optimistic about.